what did we talk about last time? Where did we finish? Huh? References, right? Okay. And we can have two systems in references. What were those? You can mention the reference
Harvard
into
references and timeline reference.
huh? Say
The
again?
Harvard reference.
What's the difference?
Slide text.
What's the difference between them?
The Harvard text, I think.
Yeah, anyone else? Huh? What were the two systems?
I was having some kids and I broke the screen.
Okay. I was telling them in the other class, we have a magical system. The people keep on going from one course to the other. When you ask them about it, they don't know. Yeah, you took surveying, yes we did. Do you know this? We don't know. You took programming, yes. Do you know about this? No, we don't know. This is magic, huh? It's pure magic. Okay. We have two types of referencing systems. One is called the numerical system, the other one is called as alphabetical system. Okay? And just for everybody's sake, when you miss the class, this is why the slides are there. You have to read them. And this is why people keep on making the same mistakes, which I mention again and again in the class. Okay. So we will start today by I will show you some examples. These documents are there. So for referencing, because I feel it is very, very important, and you guys make lots of mistakes in referencing. So I have uploaded the slides with the notes, and then there are two additional documents which tell you how to do the referencing. Okay. So this is the IEEE guide. You guys should know about IEEE, right?
I'm a treasurer in the council.
Huh?
I'm a treasurer in council. I'm a treasurer in council, IEEE.
Okay, good. Okay. So, but the reason why we are discussing it here, because IEEE has its own referencing style. Okay. So IEEE referencing style is based upon the numeric system. So this is some text in the report, and if this text is taken from a reference, the reference will appear like this. Okay. This is what we call as citation. Okay. When the reference appears in the text, we call it citation. Okay, so every information which is taken from somewhere must have a citation. Okay, so this is a citation, this is a citation, this is a citation. Okay, and every citation must have a reference in the end. Okay, mentioning a reference has two parts, I told you last time as well. One is mentioning it in the text, and the other one is mentioning it in the list of references. Okay, this is a list of references. Okay, so you can see this has more detail about reference number 1, right? The text was showing what? This is taken from reference number 1, but what is reference number 1? I'll go to the list and see. Clear? According to IEEE style. Okay, so every reference has a citation, and then you go to the end, you will find the complete details. Okay, so according to IEEE, first see one thing here. Even here the citation is mentioned in two different ways. Okay, one is without mentioning anything about the authors. or the organization. Sometimes the reference is from an author, somebody wrote it, and sometimes the reference is from an organization like IEEE, Ministry of Transportation Bahrain, Ministry of Works Bahrain. Okay, this is an organization, right? Every organization has its own reports, so maybe you took some data from there. Okay, so if I mention the theory was first put forward in 1987, right? So I took it from somewhere, from reference number 1. Okay, did I mention who put forward the theory? Did I mention it here? No. Come to the next sentence. Scholz has argued. So I am mentioning who argued now. Who? Okay, so you can see the name of the author as well. Clear? The author name is there. If it is an organization, if I want to write that Ministry of Bahrain or Ministry of Transportation says that, then I will write Ministry of Transportation. Okay, but you still see the citation, right? In both cases, citation is necessary. So it depends upon how you are writing the sentence.
Just a question. So I usually put it between two brackets, like the author name and the date of.
I will show you the other method as well. This is one method.
Ah,
Okay, this is one method of doing it. You call it the IEEE style because of these guys. So to write a reference in the text, to cite a reference in the text, there are two methods. One is you write a sentence without mentioning who gave you this information, or who came up with this information. And the other method is you mention the person or the organization who came up with the information. Okay, but in both cases, citation is mandatory. Writing the name is not enough. Even when you write the name, you have to put the citation. Okay, because with this citation I can go to the end and I can see what this guy wrote. Where is this report? Okay, and then you see okay, reference number 1 is this, reference number 2 is this, and so on. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, now what are the important things to write in the reference? According to style, their order can change, but the information remains the same. And the good thing about this document is they are giving you examples of different types of references. Your reference can be an e-book, right? Your reference can be an article in online platform. Your reference can be an article in a journal, research journal or magazines or something like this. Okay, it can be an online journal or it can be other type of journal. It can be a newspaper article. So you can see what type of information you need to put. Okay, it's very important for your reports and so on. Okay, so you can see what type of reference you have. Students come to me with asking questions. Okay, doctor, you mentioned that we should give this and this and this and this. My reference doesn't have these things. What should I do? You should select the correct type then. Okay, means you are looking in the wrong direction then. Okay, so you are writing for a newspaper article, information from a newspaper article, and you are looking for the referencing style of a book. A book has a publisher. Newspaper don't have publishers. Okay, so but anyways, name of the author very important. Name of the author in all cases very important. If there is no name of the authors, then we have name of the organization. Okay, and in case of newspaper, the name of the newspaper can be there, because most of the news don't have the name of the authors. They have special places for
the organization, right?
Sorry.
We can consider it as an organization, right?
Yeah, the newspaper itself.
Yeah.
Okay, but in cases where the newspaper publish something with the name of the author, you write the name of the author. There are editorial sections in newspapers where famous people and writers they have their own columns and so on. So it comes with their name. Then you write their name. Okay, but if it's a news like number of accidents or Bahrain economy or something like this, they don't have the name of the author. You write the name of the newspaper, that's enough. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Name of the author or the organization, the title of the document. If it's an article, title of the article. If it's a book, title of the book. If it was something else, the title of the document itself. Okay, clear?
Yes.
So there is the name of the newspaper, and then within the newspaper there is the name of the article. Same thing with the journal. There is the name of the journal, Journal of Civil Engineering. But your document is not the whole journal. It is one article in the journal. The name of the article. Clear? Okay. And then the rest of the information will come according to the type of document you have. If it's a book, then the edition of the book, the publisher of the book. Okay, yeah, one more thing. The year of publication. So the author name or the organization name, okay, title and the year. Year of publication, not 2023. Year of publication, when that was published. Clear? Yes, in case if the year is not mentioned, okay, yeah, fine. We can do it without that as well. It is not mentioned at all, anyway. Then we can do it without the year, okay. But most important three things are the name of the author or the organization, the title of the document, and the author's name. Okay, three things. The rest of the information is according to the type of reference. If the reference is from a website, then the link of the website. Okay. If the reference is from the newspaper article, name of the newspaper. Okay. If you did not already mention it. Okay. Reference from a book, then the name of the publisher, the edition. Okay. Second edition, third edition. Okay. The name of the publisher, and so on and so forth. Okay. You can see these things over here. One more thing which you can see here is wherever there is a link, you see, wherever there is a link, they are mentioning something else. This is, you see, this article was published in 2001. Okay, number 2. It was published in 2001. It is available on this link. Okay, so I am giving the link, but then I am also telling when I access the link. Okay, got it? So when you are providing the link, it is allowed to provide the link. It is encouraged to provide the link for any type of reference. If the link is available, give it to them, no problem. Even if it was published and somebody scanned it and uploaded it online, even then provide the link, no problem. So it was actually a book which was published. It was not an e-book, but now it is available online as well. Lots of books, even I think all the books. They come in the market and they are available online. So you give them the link. If the link is available and you have access the link, give it to them. But with that, then you have to provide the date as well. Clear? Date of access. Yeah.
Does it have to be like the actual website or just like some random guy posted it? It's fine. Like
Yeah, some random guy, If some random guy posted it and he's still not arrested, some documents are, they are not to be shared like this. Yes.
Sometimes the location is an important component of the
The location.
Yes,
Yes,
the
yes,
like,
I agree.
like the country or a state.
Yes, yes. Especially with the books, when you are providing the name of the publisher, then they advise you to give the location of the publisher as well. Where is that publisher? UK, US, and which city and so on. Yes, I agree. But as I said earlier, this changes from one reference to the other. For book, it is very important. For a journal article, it's not important. So you have to look for the cases yourselves. Okay, I'm just giving you the most common and most important things. Okay, but you still have to read it. You still have, when you are putting the references for your reports, go through the list. Okay. Another important thing which I will discuss for the other type of referencing system as well is the name of the authors. Okay, you can see in all cases, if it is the name of the organization, we write it full. Okay, like for example, if I have to write Ministry of Transportation, I will write Ministry of Transportation. Okay, then there is no first name, last name, right? Okay. Many organizations, like in our case, we have ASHTO, right? We have ASHTO, we have ACI, IEEE. So IEEE has a full form, right? But it also has a very famous short form. ASHTO, there is a full form for ASHTO. Maybe you didn't take the course with the ASHTO. But there is an organization which is named as ASHTO. And the ASHTO is a very long name. Okay. So usually everybody knows what is ASHTO because everybody calls them ASHTO. Okay, or everybody calls them IEEE. Okay, in that case, yeah, instead of the full name you can write IEEE because it's very, very common. Okay, so the name of the organization usually full, but if it is so famous with a short form, no problem. Clear? Now take a look at the name of the authors. You will see in all cases, this is again IEEE style. Okay, so but in even in the other cases you would see names written like this. How did I write the name, or how did I write the name? You see the first name only the initial. Okay, and the last name the full. Got it? He is same author, Al Bass. Okay, same thing here, P. Clements. So P is the first name, whatever it is. The full name is something, but I only took the initial. So if you write my name, you guys know my name, right? It is coming in the quiz. Okay. Very smart. How do you write my full name? How do you write my name here? U dot, and the rest we don't know. Gaza, thank you. Plus 10. Go out. Okay. So the first, the initial of the first name dot, and the last name. Okay. If you have, like, it's more common here in the Arabic world that they have like first name and middle name and another middle name, another middle name, another middle name, and then the last name. Yeah. So all those first names and middle names, they will be the initials for all of them. Only the last name full. Got it? Okay. Clear? So, for example, your name and there's a last name, but this something comes in. What?
OS.
So F dot O dot and then. Okay, got it? Somebody has a middle name and whatever the names he has, I mean, all of them will be just taking the initials, only the last name full. Only the last name will come full. Okay, and if you come here, Scholz, what is it? Which name is it? First name or last name? Last name. Why it should be the last name? Because I am only putting the last name as full in the list. Okay, so if I use the first name full here, he cannot see who is Scholz. So since in the list I am using the last name as full, here it should be the last name as well. Clear? Okay. Now these are the most important things. Now there is a list, another document. Okay, this is another document, but all of them are online on Blackboard. Okay, my notes and these two documents are there. Okay, so in this document, now you see the name of the style, how do we cite it, and how do we write it in the reference list. Citation is where? Citation means, I just told you, inside the text. Okay, so how do you put the reference inside the text? Do you write it with author and date, or do you write it with number? Okay, according to the style. So now you can see, even with numbered references, there are multiple styles. All of them are numbered, right?
Yes.
But there are multiple styles in numbered. Even in alphabet, I think there's another one. I think on the next page. See? Okay, and then there's another one which we did not discuss, but we are very familiar with it, and I will show it to in MS Word as well, which is writing the footnote. So you put a small A or B on the text, and then at the end of the page the reference comes. Okay, so footnote, we don't write, we just give a superscript on the text. Okay, it's something like this. Okay, or maybe 1, but it's a superscript, a small letter or a small number on top of the text, and the reference is on the same page, not the end of the document.
Yeah.
Okay, so we do it for we have seen it for figures and tables and so on. Okay, they are very common there. Okay, but this is another style. Okay, so the point was, even this style has multiple subtypes, and even the numbered style has multiple subtypes. Okay, if you want to see more details, you click on, there's a link here. Okay, you go to this document, you click on this link, you will find more details about the same style. Okay, author date,
On Blackboard, right?
yeah, everything put on Blackboard. Okay, now so we have already seen numbers, right? Numbered reference, we have already seen it, a bracket and 1 and 2 and so on. Okay, now author date means what? Author date means okay, I'll make you famous. Now which name is this? Last name. Okay, now how many authors are there?
Hello.
A lot. How many are you? 1, right?
Oh.
How many authors?
1.
1. Okay, if there are 2 authors, for example, do we have a reference with 2 authors? Okay, we don't. Let us invent one. Okay, if you have 2 authors, okay, you and me. Okay, last name of the first author and last name of the second author, and then the year. So date meaning the year. Date doesn't mean, you know, the month and the day and everything. Date means the year. Okay, clear? Up to 2, very simple. Take the last name for both and put with the name. Okay, more than 2, for example, these guys in the APA style, how many authors are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 authors. So instead of writing 5 names here, we use et al. Okay. Okay, this means what? This is the first author, the last name of the first author, and then there are more than 1 author after him.
Instead of writing all of them.
All of them, yes, we write. This is a fixed term, et al. In Arabic, I think it means غيره, other than him.
Do you choose any like random author to be the first?
No, whatever is there, people, you know, get mad because of it. It's a big issue, we fight with each other. Who will be the first author? Yeah. I started going to gym because of this. Okay, clear? So the first author, whoever appears first. Clear? So 1 author, no problem. Last name of the, if you are putting in this style. If it is numbered, it is numbered. Okay, if it is numbered, then no problem. Okay, it will be 1, 2, 3. Okay, so but if it is the author date style, the APA style, or the other one, the Harvard style, then if it is 1 author and the year. If there are 2 authors, one author and the other author and the year. If there are more than one, then one author, the first one, and then et al. Okay, clear? So et al means there were more than two authors. I'm just putting one of them, the first one of them, and you can see the rest in the list. Clear? Okay. Another thing which you can see here, which is very common in professional writing as well, when you are writing letters to or emails to different people, you may see this type of thing. Okay, so this is the last name of this guy, and these are the first name and the second name. JS Grady is the last name, and J and S are the first and the middle name. Okay, so you can see the last name appears first, and then the initials. Okay, so this is very common. Okay, so in some referencing style, so for example in AMS style, it's very simple, right? Initial of the first name and then the last name. But in APA style, they switch it. Okay, so you have to, when you are writing a report, you have to decide which type of referencing system you want, and you have to follow it accordingly from start to end. You cannot mix it. I put one reference as numbered, the other one is coming with the author name. No. Okay, or I put one reference in the list where the first name is coming first and then the last name, and then there's another reference where it is the other way around. You cannot mix them. Okay, all these referencing styles are in use, and if your organization does not restrict you to use one of them, you can use any one of them, but it should be consistent, same style from start to end. Okay, whether you are doing it for a book or a paper or anything. So you can see for each referencing style they have given us example. If the reference is for a journal article, how it should be mentioned. If the reference for a book, how it should be mentioned. If it is an electronic source, how it should be mentioned. Okay, so within the same style, should be within the same style. You cannot say, okay, I like the journal style of Harvard, I will put this reference in the Harvard style, but when it comes to book, I'll use the Vancouver style. It cannot happen like this. Same style from start to end, citations as well as the list. Clear? Any questions?
So it's not allowed to use more than one style?
Sorry?
So it's not allowed to use
in the same document? No. In the same document? No. Yeah, you are making one report. We do this a lot. I'm submitting one paper to one publisher. He has one style. I'm submitting another paper to another publisher. He has some other style. So obviously I will prepare according to the publisher. Okay. But if you are making something for your organization doesn't restrict it. You can use any one of them, but it should be one in one document. You cannot mix them. Clear? Okay. And even these styles are some of the most common ones. They are not the only ones. Okay, they are the most common ones, but not the only ones. Clear? Okay. Now, like I mentioned last time, everyone open the laptops. Okay, so we will start with some of the very basic things about MS Word, and most of you would know about it, so I will go through them or try to go through them quickly. Okay, so when you open MS Word, it will show you a window like this. Okay, the most important thing here is for you guys that it has templates. So you don't have to search for templates online. If you are making your CV, writing a cover letter, even writing a cover email, okay, or even it has templates. You can see here templates for a report as well. Okay, so instead of searching for something online, you can start from here. Okay, and the good thing is you would know what type of sections or headings you should have. You would know their style, and they will all be interlinked. Okay, I will tell you what it means later on. Okay, but when you are using a template, then to create a table of contents and these things becomes much easier. Okay, so this is the one thing which you can see here. Secondly, you can see the option here, account. Okay, so I think all of you are using Office 365, right? So you can, your student IDs are registered, okay, by the university. You are allowed to use Office 365, right? I don't know whether you are using it in that way or not, but you have an account, you can activate your account with your student ID, okay, and that gives you the option to work on the same document with multiple people at the same time. Okay, and the good thing about Office 365 is we used to have shared documents. Anybody used OneDrive?
Yes.
And Google Docs, right?
Yes.
You have used it. Okay, which one is better?
OneDrive.
OneDrive is better?
Google Docs for sure.
Google Docs is better? Okay, I'll go with them. Okay, OneDrive, I don't know, maybe they changed it now. I used to use it, okay, but the problem was I am working on something, you are working on something at the same time, and when I look in the drive, I will see two versions of the same file. This used to happen. I don't know whether it is still happening or not. Like you open the same file, you are working on it, I am opening the same file at the same time. So if somebody looks in the drive, in the folder, he will see like two versions of the same document.
So now you can see who changed everything.
In the same file. Okay, good. So yeah, so same thing here. If you have shared a document or you have an account with Office 365 and you are working on a document, so you can share the same document with multiple people and they can work on the same document, and while they are making the changes you can see it. Okay, so for example, if I open a new document, a blank document, okay, some of the tabs which you see, the first one is home. On home tab you can see the options, first of all, for the font style, okay, so font color and so on and so forth, okay, and then there is this style, or there is this option, or you know about these, right?
Yes.
Bold and inclined and underlined and so on, and these are the colors for highlighting the text. Okay, so there is a font color and there is a highlight color. There is a difference between them, right? Font color is by default, obviously it's by default black. Okay, so if I change the font color, this color will change. Okay, so if I change it into yellow, so the font color will change. Okay, and highlight is MS Word will highlight a color on top of the font, which is from here. Okay, so you can still see the font, right? If I highlight it with yellow, I should highlight with some other color then. For example, okay, so highlight means it's on top of the font, and font color is the color of the font itself. Okay, and what else? Okay, so I was talking about this option. This is for if you want to make a line on the font. Okay, so we call it strike through, so it will okay, so we call it a strike through, creating a line on top of the font, so it shows the reader that you have crossed it out. Okay, or we use sometimes symbols as well, which have a line between them. You can do it like this. Okay, this is for putting the text in superscript. Okay, so it will put it here where you see the 2 here. Okay, so for example, let me remove this. Okay, so this H I want to put it in the superscript, so I select it and I go here, so it goes in the superscript. Okay, if you want to put something in the, we call it the subscript. Okay, the one which is down is subscript, and the one in the superscript is this one where you see the 2 on the top of X. Okay, so if I select the text and I click here, the text goes on the top. Okay, so like we are using degree centigrade, when you write the degree centigrade, then there's a small O, right, on top of C. So this is how you do it. Okay, another thing is, for example, we are using, let's say we are writing, let's say IEEE. Okay, so IEEE, we usually write the short forms in capital letters, right? But you forgot to do it. You forgot to write in capital letter. Then I will select the text. I'll go here, and then I have the option. Whether I want to put all in lowercase or uppercase, or just capitalize each word, okay, or use a sentence case. I have never used this one, but you can see what it does. What is happening in each case is written here. So lowercase means all letters are lowercase. You can see the lowercase, right? Uppercase, all letters are uppercase. You can see the uppercase. Capitalize each word. What will it do?
It means the title, like it will capitalize each word.
It will capitalize the first letter of each word. You can see here. The first letter of capitalize, upper. The first letter of each, upper. The first letter of word, upper. Okay. Usually we do it in the headings. Okay. So you type it normally, and whatever you want to change, you can change later. Okay. Instead of doing the upper and lower again. And sentence case. What happened here? What did you do in the sentence case?
The normal case.
The
normal case.
Which is what?
The first word.
The first word and the first letter of the first word, capital. Everything else is lower. Sentence. Okay. Clear? And what is toggle case now? What is happening in toggle case? Again, you can see how the word is written to know what is happening. What is happening here?
The first letter of every word is in lower case.
Yeah, the other way around. It's the reverse of this one. So the first letter is lower. Everything else is upper. I don't know where to use it. Clear? Okay. Okay. Then we have these options. These are to increase and decrease the font size. Increase and decrease the font size. So you select the font. This is for increasing. This is for decreasing. Okay. This is if you want to put the font in bullets. Okay. This is if you want to put the font in numbers. Okay. And what else? This is for alignment. Okay. Left alignment, middle alignment, right alignment, and this is what we call as justify, right? So what is this? What does this do?
Like where the paragraphs are right, left, or right. Like where the writing is like right, left, or middle. So
what does justify do? So left alignment means everything will be aligned left. Right means everything will be aligned left. Right. And middle means everything is aligned middle. But what about this? Justify will do what?
Would make them all in the same line. Would position them all in the same position. Maybe.
What do you mean? Same position. What do you mean?
Distribute the text evenly.
Distribute the text evenly. Yes. Okay. So every line starts from the left and goes till the right. Okay. Full. From one edge to the other edge. Okay. From one edge to the other edge. Okay. So it will look like this. You can see here. Here what is happening? Every line starts from the left, but it doesn't end on the right hand side. Okay, so it depends upon the text. Here every line starts from the middle, but from the right and left it can be anywhere. Here every line starts from the right, but in the left it will not go to the extreme. But justified every time starts from the left and goes till the end of right. Okay, so this looks more organized to me. If you ask me personally, this looks more organized. But again, it depends upon your organization. What do they prefer? Some organizations say, okay, you do the right alignment, the left alignment, and so on and so forth. Okay, this is to select the background of your page, the background color of your page. Okay, this is to do borders. This is now you can create a table. So a table has borders, right? A table has lines, right? Okay, or you can create a border for a paragraph or for a page. Okay, so it's not a table. When you click on it, it's not a table. Okay, it's a simple text, but around this simple text you can create borders, lines. Okay, so it will show like in a box. Okay, or for the whole page you can create borders. Okay, now if I click here, there are other options as well, you can see them, but I will click here so it will show me everything. Okay, these are the most important things which we play around when we are writing the report. Okay, what are they? The alignment I already told you, right? Right, left, justified, middle, outline level. Okay, like if it is the main text or it is like a subheading or something like this. Okay, text within a text and so on. Indentation means how much space to leave from the right and from the left. How much space to leave from the right and from the left. Now this space starts from the margin. Okay, now you see here, this is my page, right? You see my page. Okay, this is my text. Is this the end of the page? No. But so where the text is starting, we call it the page margin. You can adjust it, I will show it. Okay, and from this margin I want some more space in front, so I can set it from here. Okay, so this indentation, it starts from where? From the margin. Okay, it's not from the edge of the page. Got it? Okay, and you can do it from the left and from the right. Okay, so when you say, for example, leave 0.1 inch. 0.1 inch from where? From here? No, from the margin of the page. Clear? Yes. Okay. Then some margins, they are already predefined margins. Okay, and again, whenever you select an option, you can see the result over here. Okay, so for example, indentation, if I go for first line. Okay, so you see this was the first line. Okay, so the first line has more indentation than the rest of the paragraph. See, the first line is here, the rest of the paragraph is here, and then we have the hanging as well. Okay, so in hanging this is the other way around. The first line is left and the rest of the paragraph is in front of it. Okay, okay, so whenever you select an option, you can see it over here. Okay, spacing between the paragraphs, spacing before the paragraph, spacing after the paragraph. So whenever you click enter and you are leaving, for example, 8 points after the paragraph, it will leave 8 points after the paragraph. 1 point equals to how much?
0.34.
Very good, very good. 1 point, I told you in the first lecture, 1 point is 0.35 inches. Inches, right? Millimeters. I forgot myself. So yeah, okay, but points are the same points which you use for font size. Okay, and in millimeters, 0.35 millimeters. Got it? Okay, so you can select the spacing to be left after the paragraph. So when you click enter, the next paragraph will start after 8 points. Okay, and you can also select spacing to be left before the paragraph. So whenever a paragraph starts, now what will happen if I say 8 points here and 8 points here? How much is spacing total?
0.
16 points. 8 points after the paragraph, and the next paragraph 8 points before it, so total 16. They will not cancel out each other, they will add. Okay, so for example, if you only want between two paragraphs 8 point spacing, you only want between one paragraph and the next one, you only want 8 points to be have. Okay, you can write 4 and 4 or simply write 8, that's it. Don't put 8 and 8, it will be 16. Okay, now where do we use only before? Okay, we use it normally for headings. For headings, when we leave more spacing, right? Okay, so maybe the after for heading will be higher than the rest of the paragraphs. Okay, so this is how we can play with it. Line spacing within the paragraph, how much spacing between each line within the paragraph? This is spacing between two paragraphs, but one paragraph has 5 lines. Okay, so how much spacing between each two lines? Okay, again you can define it in terms of the size of the space. This is for the size, or you can define it like this. Single means normal spacing, nothing. Okay, 1.5 lines means what? For example, you are using a font style of 8, the font size of 8, for example. You are using a font size of 8. So the first line is here, okay, and the next line will be after how much space? 1.5 of what?
Line.
The font size. Okay, 1.5 of the font size. So between for first line and the second line, it will be 1.5 times 8 points. Got it? Clear? Okay. If I'm using double, then it will be 2 times of 8, whatever the font size is. So maybe I'm using same spacing in the whole document, but between two for different font sizes can be different. So on one page I was using font size of 12, and I'm using double spacing. So it will be more than double spacing for a font size of 10. Okay, because it is 2 multiplied by the font size. Okay, whatever the number is, multiplied by the font size. Okay, and then there are other options as well, you can have a look. Okay, but like I said, you don't have to go for these options, you can define it as specific size. Okay, so it will not change, right? If I say 1.5 and double, then it changes according to the font size. Okay, but when I say exactly or multiple and then I write the size here, it will not change. Clear? Okay, we have line breaks and page breaks, we will talk about it in some other options. Okay, yeah, okay, so now you see styles here. I told you about templates, right? When you open the Word file, you can see templates. Okay, if you open any template, now this is a blank document, right? You can see some styles are already defined by Word here. Some styles are already defined. Okay, if I click here, so with every option you can see the arrow sign. You click on the arrow, it will open the details for you. Okay, any option. Okay, so you can see the styles over here. Okay, so you don't have to worry about how heading number 1 should look like, and how the subheading should look like, and how the chapter title should look like. And you don't have to go to each and every chapter title and change the font size and the space and the font style. You don't have to do this. You can use a predefined style from here. Okay, so whenever heading number 1 comes, I will select it like I have selected here, and I will go to heading number 1 and click on it. Okay, so it will, whatever heading number 1 font style is, it will apply it to it. Okay, I want this one is a subheading, so I come here, okay, and I click on heading number 2. So whatever heading number 2 style is, it is already applied. Okay, and then it has many other things. Heading 3, style for title, subtitle, emphasis, okay, quotation, book title, reference, okay, list paragraph, simple paragraph. List paragraph means the second paragraph of the section.
So it covers the whole text.
Huh?
It covers the whole text.
It covers the whole text, but these are predefined. Predefined. If you want to change it, okay. So what you can do, you open this box over here, just type the whole document. Don't worry about the formatting. Just type the whole document. This is what I do. I just type it. Once I finished, I open this box, I go to different text and I select them and select this style. So the whole formatting is done in like 5 minutes. Okay. If you use the templates, I told you about templates, right? If you go to the file tab, you will see the templates. Okay. In the templates, you will see more options. You will see an option for table title. Is it here? No. You will see an option for figure caption. Is it here? No. Okay. You will see an option for acknowledgement heading. Usually it is different from the headings of the chapter. Okay. So if you this is the importance or the advantage of using the template. Okay. And I think you can also define your own style. It's not here, but anyways, we will discuss it. Okay, how to define your own style. I want to create my own style. You can do it as well. I will show it to you in the next class, inshallah. Okay, and then we have for editing, basically to find anything, to select anything, okay, to replace any word, and so on and so forth. Okay, and obviously it is case sensitive. The replace. Find is not case sensitive. If you want to find a word, so if you write, for example, IEEE in capital somewhere and small somewhere, it will find it. But when you go for replace, okay, and if you replace IEEE with IE only, and you write IE in a small letter, it will replace in a small letter. Okay, like this. Okay, so find whatever you want to find, and then I write here in capital letter. So replace IE with JH. So you can see JH capital letter. Okay. So when I go for replace, it's asking, couldn't find any matches. Why not?
Because we haven't tried IE.
Huh?
We haven't written IE.
No, the answer was there.
Does it say?
Replace, right? It is replaced now.
Yeah.
Okay. Why didn't it work the first time? Because I selected this. You see, this text was selected. Sorry, I clicked it twice. Okay. When you have selected the text, so first of all, it will try to find it in that selected text. So it was trying to find it in this line. In this line, there is no IE, right? So it gave me the message. When I clicked on OK, the next message was, do you want to find it in the whole document? I clicked on it, so it went. Okay. So when you have selected a text and you go for find or replace or something like this, first of all, it will search in the selected text only. It will not search the whole document. Okay. And if it doesn't work, then it will ask you to do the whole document or just keep it to the selected text. Okay. So you have both options. So I just want to select or do something in one chapter. I'll just select one chapter and then take this option. Clear? Okay. Okay. Okay, we stop here. Okay, next time just remind me, we'll start with the viewing of the window. Okay. So now you guys can log on to the Blackboard. Okay.